Okay, as far as the motives of military modernization in Asia Pacific is concerned, we are looking at a varying array of factors. And I think first of all is to point out that many countries, they purchase armaments for a whole confluence of various factors, and it's not always pinned down on one particular driver in that regard. So we have also to look at sub-regional context, because we will notice that in Northeast Asia, the key driver of military modernization has a lot to do with a classic threat perception driven type of dynamic. And we see that largely because most of the flashpoints were concentrated in that area, like for example the Taiwan Strait, Korean Peninsula, as well as East China Sea, where the likelihood of state-to-state confrontation would be higher. And to a lesser extent, we're also looking at South Asia, where the main players would be between India and Pakistan, where arms purchasers were actually targeted at each other. And we even have to bring to account extra-regional actors like China having a greater footprint in the Indian Ocean. But for Southeast Asia, the picture is a bit more nuanced, because only for a few exceptions we are seeing very clear signs of a classic threat perception-based type of acquisition. But for most of the countries in Southeast Asia, it might not necessarily be driven by threat, but largely because of a response to geopolitical uncertainties, as well as general technological trends that took place worldwide. So these are largely the motivations that are in place, but we also could not forget that, in some respect, the quest for prestige, military prestige, which is an internal driven type of motivation, also matters as well. But we have to point out also that prestige does in some way translate into deterrence, and in some way justify regime survival, justify security. So these are the various factors that at play when it comes to military modernization in the Asia Pacific.